Hey everyone, I'm back. The wait is over and we have some new essences to check out. Sorry for the delay, this video was supposed to land a lot earlier, but life got in the way. First of all, I wanted to thank you guys the support because the channel hit 1000 subscribers. Pretty insane. 1000 of you decided that what I do here is worth your attention and care about my content. Thank you. Let's start with the chest. This is probably the one that most of you curious about. Knockback shot now causes your primary attack to also fire a blast of wind that knocks enemies away. Knockback shot damage increased by 18% and the awakened effect is another 10% damage. This is what it looks like. So you can see the range of the ghost chickens is shorter than a regular crossbow shot. It has actually the same range as gloom blades. So it has its own damage plus knocks enemies away. I really like this area type of damage. This is also why gloom blades are so effective. To get a picture of its damage, let's check Vengeance first. Every primary attack will launch 2 additional shots for 2643 damage each. That means 5286 on every shot. Impale knives deal 4473 damage on every shot and knockback wind deals 4865 damage on every shot. You can see it can provide the same DPS as the other two and also have some advantage. Let's see the head essence, False Manifesto, really simple, 30% attack speed boost after using knockback shot. I see what you did there, Blizz. I'm gonna say this in advance, Wind Shear is a must-have. Farewell Hate Sheath, no more chaotic 40% speed, instead we get 30% speed and a really important factor, control. With a decent amount of beneficial effect duration and cooldown reduction, it is possible to have 100% uptime on knockback shot. I know we use different set items and gem setups which makes builds go in different directions, and I'm trying to share information that you can use for your build. So please keep in mind that everything I say here about what is better than the other is true for my setup and may have a different effectiveness for yours. So why am I saying this? Because I think this is the point where damage composition gets separated. I'm using Banquet of Eyes instead of shal'baas for additional skill damage. To trigger Banquet and Pain Clasp, I'm using Puncta Obscura instead of the Hungerer, and these made a significant change in the composition. This knockback shot essence has taken this composition even further in that direction, making the damage composition leaning towards skill damage. So the shoulder essence makes Rain of Vengeance burn enemies. This actually procs Pain Clasp and Banquet of Eyes. Really nice damage, and I think this one is the best modifier for Rain of Vengeance. The Chicken Wind can turn this into a Firestorm. Let's talk about Firestorm. Other classes like Wizard and Barbarian already know what this is, but for us this is all new. So in theory, Firestorm attacks are critical hits, but the critical hit damage is limited to 50%. And this is only applied to the damage of the storm, any other damage we deal is not affected by this. We can proc Firestorm with this new Rain of Vengeance, Flame Spite, and of course Explosive Arrow if you use the Hellbinder offhand. Another cool thing is that your teammates' fire skills can also be combined with your chickens. Let me show you my build. I was trying the Flaming Arrows to make Firestorm, but we don't need it. Yeah, it's cool, but we do more damage if we use Vengeance instead. So for the skills it looks like this. Knockback, Vengeance, Impale, and I like to use a movement skill in the 4th slot. I'm using Ruinous Path for leg because the damage boost will help these skills and I still want some extra cooldown on Vengeance with the awakened effect. These skills are keeping my fingers busy and makes V2's buff almost continuous. I get around 3% more DPS compared to my previous speedrun build, and that is pretty impressive, since that build was using Murdermost and had 10% more attack speed. Also has a huge advantage of controlling the aim and greatly increased survivability. For open world, bounties and a Karst Tower, I switched ahead to
Horror's Heave Under
to run faster and then change Ruinous Path to Scorn Beak for the attack speed. The other essences, Main Hand, Tiresome Rebuke. I think that was made for PvP, I'm not impressed. It causes slow or vulnerability. You can see these indicators above the enemy's head. You're gonna shoot 3 times anyway, so one shot is the slow effect and the other one is vulnerability. Enemies affected by both effects take additional damage and are stunned. Offhand, Theory of Retribution. This one is interesting. If you're still running the primary attack oriented build with the Hungerer, you might want to use this for raids or PvP. Legs, Intended Consequences. I don't have this yet, but it's just a common gathering stuff. We don't really have gathering skills, so I think they just wanted to make one for Demon Hunter. And that's it. I hope I covered everything, but if you have questions, let's discuss it in the comments. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, hit all the buttons you can, and see you in the next one.